This video is brought to you by theskillmodeler.com. Hey guys, back again, this time with part 2 on the Revell Ford Mustang build. Now, just to give you a bit of an idea of what my plans are for the video series on this model, I will be disassembling this model right now, as you can see, and then I will be moving on to preparing the body for paint. I'm going to show you my process of doing this, getting rid of the mold lines and sanding down the body and doing some stuff to the panel lines and things like that. And in the following videos I will be doing a step-by-step on primer, color, clear coat, and a small section of assembly that is necessary for this model. So basically this will be much more oriented around painting the model than it will be around building, but I will do the building as well, but there is not much to show you, so that will be in another video series coming after this one. Now, starting the preparation process off is using a permanent marker. I am using a Edding 400, and in the US you might know these as Sharpies, but the brand doesn't really matter as long as it's a permanent marker, and if it's a black one, even better. Now, what I do is I mark along all the lines from the molding process, and I do this so that when I sand them down, there will be an edge on either side of the black marking, and the high points will be sanded off, and I need to continue sanding it down until all the black is gone. And when all the black lines are gone, the mold line is pretty much gone as well. And it also helps to mark off all the mold lines so you know where they are. And again, if you see any of the black line, the mold line is not sanded down yet, so you know you're not finished. So I chose to start at the back of the model, and I'm doing this with a sanding stick. Now you can see that I've run over the top of the mold line, and one side's already gone, and on the other side the black line is still there, so you need to continue sanding it down until it's all the way gone, like this. Now I am using a combination of a fine sanding stick and some 600 grit sandpaper. Now the sanding sticks are for the flat surfaces and the sandpaper for some curved surfaces. After removing all the mold lines, I continued to sand down the body with some 600 grit until all the shiny stuff was gone and it's flat all around. After that, I continued on to deepen the panel lines, and I'm doing this with my homemade panel scriber. Click on the video link below to see how I made that and how you can make your own. And the basics of this is you run it through the panel line a couple of times to make it a bit deeper, and to make sure that the panel line doesn't disappear after painting. Now, another important note for you guys is that the sanding step is probably the most important of all, because the paint does not stick to smooth and shiny surfaces, so it does need to be sanded down. And whether you do this with 300, 600, 2000, 3000, that does not really matter as long as it's not shiny. Now the grit you use is also pretty important. I choose 600 every time because the primer I use from Zero Paints fills up those scratches, and it does not leave any scratch marks in the final result. Now going lower than that does give you the risk of running into some scratches later on, so I would go for between 600 and 1000. And now I'm just moving on to the rest of the panel lines, and as you could see me do this one, this was a panel line that was really pretty much not there. So what I did is I ran across it 2 or 3 times with the panel scriber and then got out my saw blade from Skill Motorsports to widen it, and then later on continued on making it a bit deeper with the panel scriber, and then just moved on to doing all the other panel lines on the rest of the body. Now this panel scriber is also available on my website, theskillmodeler.com, along with loads of other stuff and useful stuff for modeling. Check us out on Facebook. Questions or suggestions, shoot us an email or post a comment. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys next time.